Good evening. So, it is Tuesday. Last night we sold a windshield, so I went and met that gentleman, and then we finished up at my stepson's house. So, plus it was cold yesterday. It was like a high of 33 or something, 70 something on Sunday, and then 30 something on Monday, and now we're back in the mid to high 40s today. I don't know. It's supposed to be 70 again in a couple of days, and then drop back down into the 30s. It's Ohio. It's March, so kind of goes with the territory. So, anyways, tonight I'm not probably going to get a whole lot done. I started sorting out the cargo part of this little black 83 Charger, and found some things that I didn't expect to find. Found some stuff that probably going to end up back in the car. But with that said, it is what it is. I'll go through here in a little bit and separate the good from the bad. We got the 85 Shelby Charger. As you've seen in the previous video, it is done. Had somebody that wants the rear bumper cover, but I already know where that's going to go. No offense to them, but they're like all the way across the country, and this one is not that nice. It would cost more to ship it there than the bumper cover is worth. So we're not gonna pull that. I did go ahead and pull the proportioning valve. I got the master cylinder and the brake booster, more brake booster than master cylinder. I got to figure out how to start checking those, because I think we should start saving them, because they're non-obtainable anymore. Cleaned up out front here. I had a pile of parts, just junk parts laying here from the black or the red Shelby Charger. So I got that all cleaned up a little bit ago. And now I'm just going to go in here and work on this car and turn on some music and see what we can get taken apart. I'm kind of at a standstill here because I've got the taillights already pending. I can remove them, but they're not going to go anywhere until July. Now, this car will be gone before July, obviously, but I'm debating about just leaving them in there for as long as I can possibly leave them in there for. I don't know. I haven't got the time come to that conclusion yet. These are the seats that was in this car. The driver's side has got the typical wear. It's unfortunate. They just take up space now. But the passenger seat looks decent from here. I've already got one gray leather passenger seat that's nice, just filthy. I don't need another one. I don't know what I'm going to do. They take up a lot of space in this little car, and I really need the space to start getting rid of some of this junk that I have laying here. So I don't know what I'm going to get into tonight, but that's where we're going to start, is back in the back. There was a set of shifter cables. There was a steering column. Unfortunately, the wheel is no good, and the ignition switch is missing out of the column, which is still replaceable. You can put another one in. I'm going to check to see if it's sloppy. If it's sloppy, then I'm not even going to mess with it. If it's not sloppy and it's tight, then I'll go ahead and pull the wheel and try to sell that. It is a non-cruise tilt wheel, looks like. Did find pretty nice looking black G-body armrest, center console armrest. So that was a good piece. And then take you back to some time. When's the last time you seen a set of these? Split fires. So back in the day, when I was in high school, I worked at a AutoZone at 16, 17 years old and through high school. And I remember when split fires came out, and they were the biggest rage. They were expensive for the time. They're not as expensive today compared to what some of these double platinums and iridiums and whatnot cost. But back in the day, they were expensive, and we didn't really sell a whole lot. I don't really know if they made a difference in performance or how the car ran, but I'm going to try and open these up. I want to see if they are actually new. But, you know, when you're working in that industry, you always try to sell the latest and greatest that's available. And these are used. So you can see they've had a boot on them. My assumption is this cap, I take this cap off if I can get it off. Can't get it off with one hand. So my assumption is these are used. I don't understand why people keep used stuff like that laying around. But anyways, enough blabbing. Look at the seats on this car. This is the driver's side. This is what I was saying about in the initial video on this car about how nice it actually is. And man, you can see there's nowhere here. A little bit of fading. And then there's one cigarette burn here. And then one little split right here. But otherwise, these corduroy seats are very prone to splitting and just coming completely apart. I don't know if it was the design or what, but these ones are actually, might be a little bit of wear right here, but nothing that I would be concerned about. If a person had a GLH Omni, and they needed red, and they had red interior and they needed a set of red seats, these are the ones. These will bolt in to an Omni. You have to change the seat brackets, but otherwise they're the same. So yeah, I'll definitely be keeping those. Just, I don't need more seats, but at the same time, they need to find a good home. There might be another little mark right there, but still, even a few little marks is way better than a seat that's tore completely up. So let's get busy. And you can see this is the rocker panel. It was Z-barded and plug there, but it just completely gone. The floors, I can hear it crunching under my hand. Haven't had the carpet back yet, but I can guarantee you the floors are toast. So let's get started taking this thing apart. So you see all this. This is all, especially that, is all from rodents. So this is what we deal with, and it is what it is. So, but I'm working on getting this taillight trim panel off, and it's not in bad shape. It's dirty. It needs a good cleaning. But I noticed when I was taking it off, this thing right here, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I was like, I've never seen those before in one of these cars. What the hell is it? There's white lights. They're little lights. So they had this wired up. I'm assuming I didn't chase the wire yet. My assumption is it's hooked to the license plate light somewhere in this general area that connects down in here. And then when they turn the headlights on, this would glow red. That's kind of cool, actually. I think that would be neat to have the interior of a red car glowing red with little lights. So anyway, I wanted to show you that. And let's go ahead and get the rest of this panel out, and then we'll keep moving forward. Was taking it back, apart the back, and I got the driver's seat, the bottom bolts undone. The front two are so rusty that I'm going to have to fight them out. But then I was like, hey, why don't we see if this thing will even crank? Supposedly this is an 88 T2 engine. We got oil. So I just chucked the battery in it. Get this back in the spot here. You're going to be looking at whatever that had to be the hardest dipstick I've ever put back in a car. It was not wanting to go. So I'm sure it's going to do nothing because I have no lights, no nothing. But let's just take a see. Oh, we got some power. That lit up over there. My tachometer moved down a little bit. Let me move this out of the way. This thing acts like it's stuck in gear. So I got no battery loss. All right, so we got battery connection back, and it's cranking. So let's shoot a little bit of go juice in the throttle body and see what it does. All right, so this may be all for now. I don't know yet. I may have to take it further apart, but we're gonna see if we can get any. No, we're not gonna. Probably not be able to in there. I'm sure it ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna take that upper hose apart. Alright, so I'm gonna pause you, and I'm gonna remove this upper hose so that we can get the stuff inside. Alright, let's see what happens. Probably nothing, but we're gonna give it a whirl. Let all the haters see what we're doing. Spray it up, spray it down. So what I'm hoping that at least would fire. Well, stand by. I just noticed that 3 of the wires aren't even hooked up. All right, we got those plugged back in. Let's see what we have now. We may have to work on this a little bit further than what we're going to do tonight. May not be getting spark. I'm going to put my spark plug wire tester on here just to see if we're getting anything at all. Everything's stuck. Oh, dang it. Just pulled that completely out. Son of a bitch. That's part of the problem too, is the cap side of the plug wires are pretty well shot. Well, let's see if we're getting anything if it shows up. So according to that, we got no spark. So this is going to take a lot more to dig into to figure out if there's a wire that's been kind of hacked. If there's a security, I'll show you. So this car has all this stuff in it, like that red box. I'm not exactly sure what that is. It could be some kind of a security system. I don't know. I'll have to look into that deeper. The reason I'll look into it deeper is because one of the cars we've had in the past was doing the same thing, just crank, and no start. And for some reason I am like super dark, but that's okay. So anyways, what we discovered was that at one time somebody had wired a toggle switch underneath the dash, which meant that they killed that toggle switch and it killed the ignition. That may be the case on this car. I don't know. It may be as simple as, hell, there might not be a rotor button in there. I didn't pull the cap and see. So for now, we're going to consider this a loss. It's okay. Not every time's a winner, but we will get it win. It's cranking fine, but you won't know for sure until you can get it to at least run for a little bit. Now, when we do these engines, we don't ever run them very long. So maybe a minute at the most, because when you're spraying carburetor cleaner in there, it's really not good for it. But we like to hear it at least run for a little bit so we can know what we're getting into. We have the 91 Shelby we had running, and it had a noise, a lower end noise. We kind of suspected that to begin with because the guy had told me that he thought it did, and it was confirmed it did. So that's a good rebuilder. But anyways, we'll see if we can get this thing to spark. Hopefully I can get my buddy over here in the near future, and because it is easier with 2 people, but we'll figure it out one way or another. So for now, I don't want to tear too much out of the dash because of the wiring and stuff. I don't want to pull something that we may potentially need later. So for now, probably just continue trying to get the seats out and see if we can get them wiped off a little bit, and maybe we can find a buyer for them and get them ready to get out of here, because we could use the space. So, all right, let's keep working. Turn the music back on. All right, so I had somebody ask about the floors on this car, and they said it seemed like a pretty nice car in the picture. I asked if they watched the video, and I don't think they did. So when we part these cars out, we don't part out nice cars. 99.9% of the cars we get are beyond reasonable, realistic repair. So here we go. This is the driver's side floorboard. Well, I shouldn't even say it's a floorboard because there's literally none left. And it's just, now I got a big mess on my floor, but that's all right. That's what a shop vac's for. But there is barely any frame left, like, at all. You can see it's just well, hell, the frame is gone. There is no frame left. Look, this thing is completely rotted right here. The whole frame rail. Gone, gone, gone. So, no, the floors in this car are definitely bad. So I'm going to flip this rubber mat back down so I don't make any more of a mess than I already have. This is bad. This is probably one of the worst ones we've had in here. So, but that's why it's here. That's why we're going to salvage every single piece we can off of it. So if you see this video in the next couple of days, once I post it and you need parts from one of these cars and you see something in this video you want, speak up, because we will sell any little piece off of this car. No parts too big, too small. Just got to be a good part, good usable part. We try not to sell junk. So, all right, let's see if we can get these seats out. So I've been fighting this bolt and the inner bolt. Want to just spin. A lot of times I can get a pry bar, or I use now it's stuck, a trim puller, and I can get back in behind there and kind of give it a little bit of nudge. I can't get it back in there. So that's why I originally removed the carpet, was I wanted to see if I can find a way to get behind this bolt, and then I'm gonna have to do the other side so I can get this seat out. Otherwise, I may have to come in here and just cut, but we'll get it one way or another. So let me do that. And like that, my trick worked. So I was able to get this little pry bar back up and behind using the hammer, and the bolts came right out. So the driver's seat is out. Now we got to move over to the passenger seat and work on getting it out. There's a pair of jeans there if anybody wants a pair, needs some. They got centralized air conditioning. Yep. So they are rustlers. Looks like they have been well used. So anyway, enough with that nonsense. Let's I don't know where I'm going to move to next. So we'll just keep working. It's Tuesday evening and it's after 8 o'clock and I'm still outside dealing with parts. So I had a gentleman come and he was here for a while. The thing with coming here and having people come here is typically it ends up being a conversation that lasts quite a while. And I've told many that I'm not a sports person. So when we go to like family gatherings or at work, or not necessarily family gatherings, because none of my family really is, but you know what I'm saying, when you go to gatherings with friends and family or coworkers, a lot of times things turn around and they start talking about, you know, football, baseball, basketball, whatever. And I'm not against any of those, and but I'm not a big fan. I'm not like, I don't know players' names and stats and all that. So when I do have somebody come here that has a similar interest in, you know, in these cars, because they're coming here to buy parts for one of their cars, typically that's when we get talking, and next thing you know, it leads to another, and 2 hours or however long it is goes by, and you know, and then you're scrambling the rest of the evening trying to get caught up, because once this man left and went on his way, I had to go down and ship 4 orders. I think I had 4 orders, and then in between that and shipping everything else, we'd sold another part, so I had to ship it. So I think it ended up being like 5 different orders. So and they all except for one had more than one item in each order, so I had to pull the parts and box them up and get shipped and whatnot. So and then I also sent a shipping quote to another one, so I had to box that part up for them. So I've not even been in the house more than 15 minutes today. I did get down and eat dinner with my wife. So while we're sitting there eating dinner, my phone, of course, is ding, ding, ding. And now I have somebody on their way to pick up the Dakota bed liner and hardcover that we've had. I'm not charging anything for the bed liner because I'll just be glad to see it leave. And then we're getting a little bit for the hardcover. Again, I'll be glad to see it leave. Those kind of items obviously are unshippable, and they're not really in high demand, especially around here. So I'm thankful that they are on their way. They should be here in a little bit. So meanwhile, I'm going to talk to you about this, and then probably just go in the garage and tinker on the little 83 Charger some more. Just, you know, I'm not going to get super deep into it tonight, but tinker was trying to get some more stuff removed, and I kind of screwed this up because I had a plan of putting the car in the garage and then doing a video of how fast I can tear one apart. Well, I kind of dropped the ball on that one and forgot about doing that, and I'm already got stuff removed, so I can't do it on this car. I will do it in one of these cars once I remember to do it and whatnot. So I'm sitting here and I'm outside, and the little Shelby Charger, and I don't know how easy it's going to be to see, but you can see where the A-pillar is kind of dropping down, so it looks kind of like it's got a raked look, like it's bowing towards the top, I'm guessing, of the A-pillar. That's interesting to see. And of course, because there's no structure to the car anymore at all, the only thing holding the front clip to the roof and rear clip is the A-pillars. So it is strapped down, as you can see, and it will be going over the scale tomorrow. Look at that, 75, I believe, degrees right now. I don't trust that thing 100% because it's not 100% accurate, but it definitely is warm today. So today was the day I was going to haul the 85 Shelby Charger, get it out of here because I want it off the trailer. But last evening we had a gentleman that messaged us the rear bumper, and the brackets. So I just spent a little bit of time, got those off, and then I have somebody that wants to cover, but they're in Washington, and it's not the greatest condition, and shipping it to state of Washington from here would probably be quite expensive. So I sent him pictures. We'll see what he says, and then we'll go from there. So I probably should have, well, actually I shouldn't. Now that I'm looking at it, I should keep the front bumper, but it's actually kinked here, and it kind of droops down. So we're not going to worry about that. Meanwhile, tonight, I didn't get done last night till 10 o'clock, almost 10 o'clock. Had a gentleman come and got some Dakota parts out here, which was good. So anyways, tonight, I got a gentleman coming. He's a friend of mine. He's going to come. He's buying some parts. I don't know when he's going to be here, but I'll be out here tinkering until he gets here. We sold the rack and pinion from the 85 Shelby Charger. That's going to Carlisle. Some good customers of ours. He messaged me asking for a rack, and I don't know anything about it, but it doesn't show any signs it was leaking. So anyways, it's going to go into Rampage. And then of course we're going to try to get the sale for the rear bumper accomplished. I've already sent him pictures. So last night, I don't know how much of this I've shown already. I can't remember. I got the passenger door panel off, and that's about it. I was out here for a while and had a customer here for a couple of hours. Like I said in the video, part of this video I did last night. You know, when somebody comes that's into these cars, I have a tendency to get talking. So anyways, I think we've got six things to ship tonight so far, and it's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so we still got time. But meanwhile, I'm going to work out here on the 83 Charger until my buddy gets here, and then we'll kind of handle with that, and then I'm probably going to call it an evening, go in the house and ship stuff. Try to spend a little bit of time with my wife, because I haven't spent much time with my wife this whole week. This whole week has been a kind of a whirlwind. The crazy part about this crap is this is Ohio. There's supposed to be some serious storms coming in tonight, and just what we need that, because the last storm that came in blew shingles off our house, and we're waiting on the insurance on that. But tomorrow's high is supposed to be like 35, and then back up to 60 on Saturday, and from what I can see for the next 10 days, it's supposed to be low 50s to low 60s. I don't know. Mother Nature doesn't know what it wants to do. So, yeah, it is what it is. So tonight I'll be out here. Tomorrow night, I probably won't be. I'm dirty. I probably won't be because it'll be too cold. And I've already asked my wife if she would go to dinner with me. So maybe I can get to spend some time with her. So a big shout out again to her for putting up with this. She's awesome. I couldn't ask for a better wife. I might actually work on trying to clean up some of this mess. I've got an Omni, or an L body, I assume it's Omni steering column there. I need to get the wheel off. These headlight buckets, I haven't decided if I'm going to list them or just toss them. They're here. There's, I think, 4 of them. Never really tried to sell those because I've never, in all the years of doing this, never seen anybody ask for a set. I might throw them on just to see, and if they don't sell, within a reasonable amount of time, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I've got CV axles that are brand new. I don't even know what all's over here. I need to dismount tires. I've got stuff to do because I'm really trying not to get too far deep into this 83 until I can see if I can get it running. And that's going to be the next big project, to see if I can get it running. So, let's, I've also got this 2.5 turbo that I need to get the intake manifold off, the engine mounts, the timing covers, the water pump housing. I'm basically going to, sorry, you're looking at my nose. I have a tendency to do that. I use my phone, so sorry about that. Anyway, I need to go ahead and strip it down, and because I'm going to sell the long block by itself, because I haven't had the first person show interest in the entire engine. So I'm going to strip it down. I might try to put it on an engine stand because I noticed that the crate I have it on is like bowing. So you can see it or not, but I bought these crates, these little rolling crate things or whatever you call them. And they work good, but this engine is kind of heavy with the turbo and everything on it. So it's got it bowing. So I need to figure that out and take care of that. So that might be what I'll do. I might work on stripping this engine down and drag an engine stand over here and see if I can get that put on there. So I don't know. Let's do something though. All right. Good morning. It's Saturday. Actually, good afternoon because it's Saturday afternoon. I've been out here for a few hours now. I had originally had a deal set up to go get another car today, and then things kind of got a little weird. They decided to ask, are you going to negotiate the price when you get here? And I'm like, well, what are you at? What are you thinking you're going to get? And originally I was assuming it was, the price was already set per their ad. And then they more than doubled what their ad was. So I was like, well, I'm not paying, that kind of money for a parts car. So I haven't heard back from them. So I either one, pissed them off, or they think they're going to hold me out, and I'll agree to pay me more than double what the car's worth to me. Keep in mind, when we're buying a car, we have to be able to make money on the car, and what their new price is. There's a little bit of money to be made, but not a lot. So my wife was not feeling well this morning again, so I decided to come out to the garage and do some work. So what did we get done today? So I dismounted the 4. Those are off the Shelby Charger we just hauled in yesterday. The one thing I've been dealing about old tires, and I don't know what the date is on these, but I'm assuming they're old, is they are tough. They're dry and they're hard. So, I have the tire changer and it works very well, but sometimes you have to fight with them to get them off. So, but I got them dismounted. The reason I got them dismounted is because this little Charger has 4 aluminum wheels that we're going to try to find a home for. So I'm allowed 5 tires per car, 4 with the spare. So these tires will end up in this car, and then these ones will be put up until I get time to dismount the tires from there. And they'll go in another car later, or I'll haul them in and pay to get rid of them, whichever comes first. But the rear part of the interior is done. You can see the panels here. They're not perfect, but I don't know. I should just left them in the damn car because it seems like nobody's buying this stuff. But I'm thinking, since it's an early pre-84 with the little triangle still in the back for the rear window, maybe somebody will need them. I'll try them for a while. And if they don't sell, then they'll go in another car. So the plan is, I got this junk 525 transmission sitting here. I've stripped down for parts. I got one more piece I got to pull off of it. Maybe not. But it's going to go in the spare tire well of this car, just to get it out of the way and, its weight. So I got this side sail panel off. Again, it was broken at the very front a little bit, but if somebody, needs one, theirs is broken completely like this one is on the other side, then, something is better than nothing. These parts will probably never be reproduced. So a broken or one with a little bit of a section missing on the front edge is better than one that's broken completely in half, etc., etc. I got the rear seats. They are out. They're laying there. This is the driver. I got the 2 bolts out of the front passenger. I still got the 2 on the bottom to get. And then today, on top of what I just did there, well, I'll go back to that. Something I did earlier today, and that was the first thing I did. I'll show you that in a minute. So here's the rear carpeted panels for the sides. So I got the heater controls out, the steering wheel button off, and the lower column trim is off. The upper's loose, but you kind of almost have to drop the column to get it out easily. And then I got the storage bin / cup holder out, and I was just getting ready to start working on the shifter, and my wife said she's ready to go. We're going to go, I don't know, spend the night together, spend some time together. So we were going to do it last night. We ended up having the grandkids. So tonight is going to be our night. So the phone will be not turned off, but won't be as used once I get done making this video. I got to go back in the house and get cleaned up and get ready to take her. So anyways, what else did I do today? So notice we got a pile of parts here. There's some more in this tote right here. This tote was empty. This is what I do is I bring an empty tote out, and as I pull parts, I put them in there, and that's what goes downstairs to be listed. The door seals, I think those are from the Dakota convertible. I have to check to confirm. They were on my tire changer. I don't know why. I don't know. I do things weird. So anyways, pulled the one-piece valve cover off of that, the water pump housing, the front motor mount bracket. We got the turbo off. It was froze. It's in this little black car now going across the scale. And then the exhaust and intake manifold, we pulled those off. I've got this engine listed for $350. It did run. That engine there, it's a 9125 common block turbo engine. It did run, but it has a lower end noise. We suspect it's either a rod bearing or the balance shaft. One is bad. So I've got it priced for $350. Normally we ask for $600 or more for an engine that we know runs. So I figured $350 is it's a good core. It's got a head. It's basically almost a complete long block. Somebody can, pull the pan and redo it, whatever. So again, these things, they're never going to reproduce those. So we try to keep on hold of what we can. What else did I do today? Got the spoiler off of this black car. The gentleman we got it from wants it back. So we're supposed to go back and get another card from him. When I do, I'll take that with me and give it back to him. Otherwise, that's what we've done today. So got some work done. Like I said, I got to go in now and get cleaned up and take my wife out on a evening with just her and I. So it'll be nice. So tomorrow, I'll probably be out here tomorrow. I'm not sure. I may go to the pick and pull again. I haven't decided. But if I'm out here, then I'm going to try to continue working on this little car and get it closer. If you see parts off of this car or any of these cars we part out and you're interested in something, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can reach us at ForgottenDailiesLLC@gmail.com, and I'll put that in here somewhere. Or you can search us on eBay and look at the over around 1,500. We hover around 1,500 items on eBay at all times. So, and I've got we've probably got another 400, give or take, parts that we could list. But a lot of them are bulkier items, so they're harder to ship. So we try not to do that too much. So, the hood on this little car, actually, I got to take a few pictures of that before I go inside. It's potentially got a new home as well. So the couple that was here a few weeks ago from Illinois, he needs a good hood. So I think this one's good, but I'm going to double check and send him some pictures. So with that said, we'll see you tomorrow.